friends, this is Olga from Olga's Flavor Factory. Today I'm going to share a different style of video. This is a vlog style video where I'm cooking and just doing different things in my kitchen throughout the day, and I hope you enjoy it. I absolutely love weekends because my husband is home. We get to spend a lot of time with our family. It's just so relaxing, and it's the perfect break that I need to give me inspiration and motivation for the rest of the week. Some Saturdays we'll go out and do something fun, maybe travel or do something in our area, and other days we just stay home and have more of a relaxing day, catch up on chores, or just relax. Either way, I just love waking up on a Saturday morning, and it's so relaxing because you know you don't have to hurry and rush anywhere. Both my husband and I love breakfast, and we go all out on Saturdays. So it's more of a brunch. We don't rush, we take our time, we'll cook together, or sometimes my husband does all of the cooking on a Saturday. My boys love kasha for breakfast, and this morning we made them oatmeal and just served it simply with a little butter and maple syrup and some fresh raspberries on the side. Most days we'll feed the boys their breakfast first and then have our own breakfast. That way they're fed and happy, and we can enjoy our breakfast more because they're not whining to be fed. While they eat, we'll read them their favorite stories. They just love reading, so we're doing it all throughout the day, at breakfast, before bed, during the day, so they just love it.
G, правильно. А кто это там? House.
Dom, правильно. Since I'm the one who feeds them breakfast throughout the week, they absolutely love that on the weekends their daddy feeds them. After the boys finish their breakfast and start playing, my husband and I start on our own breakfast. He makes the coffee, and this morning I made us omelets. One of my favorite things to serve with an omelet is pico de gallo. It's a fresh tomato salsa, so I chopped up some tomatoes, green onions, and cilantro. I also added the salsa from Trader Joe's, and it's really good. I love it, and this way I don't have to use jalapenos. I can just use a spoonful of that, and it is a little spicy, so I add only a little bit because my husband and I are not big fans of spicy food. And I also usually use lime juice, but I didn't have any today, so I went without. Omelets are actually really easy to do, but they look like they're made for a special occasion. My cast iron skillet is my favorite to use for omelets because it's seasoned really well by now. I've been using it for so many years, and the omelet slides right out. I saved some of the green onions that I sliced for the pico de gallo, and I used it in the omelet. For my husband's omelet, I made him a bacon, green onion, and cheese omelet. I actually had that bacon left over from another meal I was making earlier in the week. And for my omelet, I just made it with cheese, green onion, and some of that pico de gallo. Look at this baby, it's sparkling clean. That's what a good seasoned skillet looks like. Brunch on the weekend with my husband is one of my favorite things. Like I said, we're not in a hurry, and we can sit and catch up on everything that happened throughout the week, on some of our thoughts or plans for the following week. It's just a really great way to connect. And of course, the boys are always nearby, running around in the background, sitting down next to us at the table, showing us the things that they're doing. We made Play-Doh with the boys earlier that week, so they were excited to play with their Play-Doh that morning. And they, of course, wanted to show us everything they were making out of it.
Whoa! That's a blueberry. Only one blueberry.
My husband had started mowing the lawn the day before, but it started raining, so he had to stop. So he finished it on Saturday, and now the lawn looks so nice and neat, and it looks awesome. Even though our yard is really small, I love that it's so neat and taken care of, and he does a terrific job. Что это? Are you watching Mighty Pups? Oh, wow!
Look at how chickens fast.
Yeah.
He has a super speed.
My project for this Saturday is to make a whole bunch of sauerkraut. I ran out a little while ago, and I like to always have some on hand. And also, I'm gonna go see my cat this week, and I wanna bring her some too. She loves homemade sauerkraut. While I was cutting up all the cabbage for the sauerkraut, Sergi took the boys to the grocery store to pick up a few things for dinner. And I got so much done while they were away and got to just enjoy the peace and quiet.
The fastest.
Which one is the fastest? What do you think?
Maybe this one.
This one? Okay. If we're home on the weekends, a lot of times my husband will grill something for dinner, which I love. It keeps the kitchen cooler, plus less work for me. Everyone in our family loves fish, and we haven't had salmon kebabs in a while, so I was excited to make that. And it's really nice that the boys like it too. They actually like fish better than meat and chicken, and I'm not sure why they like seafood, but they always have liked it, so I'm really thankful for that. So because of this piece is so thin, I'm actually going to do this so that this doesn't go to waste and it'll stay nice and juicy. Olive oil. And this is such an easy recipe. This is just garlic, lemon juice, parsley, salt and pepper. Keep it simple. These big pieces can just go on the skewers, and then these smaller ones, fold them over like this, just like that. I'll show it again. I also made some mashed potatoes and green beans to go on the side. And all in all, it was a really simple and delicious dinner. I just love having kitchen scissors. They're so useful for lots of different things.
Они хочу смайлик face. Только может с мальчиком, потом смайлик face.
Oh, look at this.
Wow.
Yellow and brown.
That's right.
Look at this.
Very nice, honey.
Then white.
One more time?
No,
One more time?
yes,
You some? Okay, давай сам.
1, 2, 3.
Good job.
Sergi's gonna start grilling the salmon soon, but it cooks so fast that I'm just waiting for the potatoes to finish cooking almost all the way. And then once they're almost cooked, then he'll start grilling and the dinner is gonna be almost ready. Nathaniel found me a pretty leaf. It's really colorful. So recently we got a new grill, and we had had ours for about 5 years before that. We were looking for a good grill, and I read so many reviews online, and then I posted on my Instagram stories, and a bunch of you guys gave us suggestions, and I would say about 99% of everybody said to go with a Weber grill. And that's what we got. We actually, there was a sale on some website, I can't remember which website we used, but we got it, and Sergi's only used it a few times. Alrighty, so the grill is hot, the potatoes are done.
Salmon's going on the grill. Wow.
Beautiful.
Look at that. Right there.
Ooh, beautiful. That looks so good. That's a raccoon right there. That looks so good.
And when you do it properly, nothing stays in the grill. Just a little piece. See that?
Nice. I've got the mashed potatoes ready. They're still hot. And then I'm just heating up the green beans, sauteing them in some olive oil with some garlic. And I kept the garlic whole, just cut it in half. That way they'll have a garlic taste, but it's not going to be too strong. And then the water was really salty when I just was boiling them, and they're still nice and firm. So it's going to be a really simple side dish that we really like with the salmon. I'm not the only cook in the house. We are ending the night by going to Floor & Decor and checking out a bunch of bathroom things.
What do you think? See?
I love it.
Bubble bath.
We're planning on redoing our bathrooms at some point. It's been on our list since we bought the house 5 years ago now. And we're just now starting to really talk about it. It takes time to do these projects. The boys are in bed and Sergi and I are cleaning up, and I'm finishing up the sauerkraut finally. So this bowl was just as full as this one, so this is gonna make a lot of sauerkraut, which is great. And I already started the process on this one, and I'm actually going to transfer half of it into this pot right here, just because I don't have a big enough bowl, and add some carrot, salt, and a little bit of sugar. That's all. The key to good sauerkraut and getting it to ferment well is to scrunch it up as much as you can and get as much juice out of it as you possibly can. And if you look at it, it looks really dry right now. Look at this, see? It's super dry. As soon as you add a little salt to it, it's going to start to look a little bit wet. And then all you have to do is like really scrunch it like this and keep doing this. It's gonna be a real workout until there's juice dripping everywhere. And then when you press down on it, the juice is gonna be above your hand. I'm also gonna add a carrot, and I just grate it on this grater. You can use any kind of grater. And I'll just do it half of the batch at a time and add a little salt and sugar. Keep scrunching until I get it all done. This is my mom's recipe. I asked her how to do it. She walked me through the whole all the steps, and I followed everything to the T. I watched her make this all while I was growing up, and this is so funny to me that here I am on a Saturday night making sauerkraut. I feel like such an adult. We're starting to get some juice. This is the first sign that you're doing it right. I got on top of a chair because I'm so short, it's like working like this. So I got up so I could be higher. And I wanted to show you, here's another thing I do that I think helps. First of all, it gives some of your muscles a little breaks because you're using different ones, and I kind of pretend I'm kneading bread dough and do this, and that helps too. I'm winded. Okay, all done. I actually did get Sergi to help me. So look at this. When you press down on it, look at all that juice. Oh wow, this is awesome. So now I'm gonna let this stand for usually 3 to 4 days for me. And it needs to stand at room temperature. That's how the fermenting process starts. I'm gonna put a weight on top of it. So what I do is I put a plate on top of the cabbage, and then I put plastic wrap on it. So that way your whole house isn't gonna smell like cabbage, because it definitely will if you don't put plastic wrap over the bowl. And every day I lift up the plate and I'll take like a wooden spoon or something and make like indentations like this, and get a chance for all of that fermented cabbage to like let those bubbles of fermentation bubble up to the surface, and cover it back up and let it stand until it becomes sauerkraut. And you'll be able to tell because it will taste briny. And I have a bunch of details on my website if you're interested in the recipe of how to make your sauerkraut work perfectly. So now I'm gonna put this plate right inside the bowl, press down on it, and then I'm gonna put plastic wrap. Got this ready here. And I'm gonna put it down here. So I'm probably gonna use several layers of plastic wrap. So it's right laying on top of the plate. So now I just filled up this jar with water. This will keep the weight down on top of the sauerkraut and make sure all that liquid is over the cabbage, and that cabbage stays nice and wet. We are at my aunt's house. I brought that sauerkraut along. It has been 3 days since I made it. This is almost 3.5 days. So it's ready to go and it's perfect. Let me show you what it looks like. The cabbage is perfect. It's nice and tart, it's fermented, and it's still really juicy, but it's not too sour. So I'm just gonna go ahead and transfer it into this jar, and it's gonna be stored in the refrigerator. And this was 1 cabbage. Each of the cabbages that I used were 4 pounds and 9 ounces each. I actually weighed them so I could tell you guys. And this is how much is from 1 cabbage. That's a lot. But that was a giant cabbage, almost 5 pounds. I hope you enjoyed coming along with us on our Saturday. And if you enjoyed this kind of video, let me know and I'll film some more in the future.